To all, today let's see nursing management of critically ill patients. Critical care nursing, it is the field of nursing with a focus on the utmost care of the critically ill or unstable patients. So let's say critically ill patients, who are they? Critically ill patients are those who are at risk for actual or potential life-threatening health problems. So let's see when the patient comes to the ICU, the admission and orientation of the patient to the ICU. So first one, we should give the orientation to the patient as well as the family members. So when the patient comes to the ICU setup, the admission quick check assessment has to be done. So let's see what are they. The general appearance of the patient, that is whether the patient is conscious or unconscious. And we should also check for the airway, the patency, position of the airway if it present. Then quality and quantity of respirations, that is rate, depth, pattern, symmetry, effort, whether the patient use of accessory muscles for breathing. Then breath sounds, presence of spontaneous breathing. Then circulation and cerebral perfusion by seeing ECG, that is the rate, rhythm and presence of ectopy. Blood pressure, peripheral pulses and capillary refill, skin color, temperature, moisture, presence of bleeding, level of consciousness, responsiveness. And we should also ask for past medical history, medical conditions, surgical procedures, whether it has done before, then the psychiatric and emotional problems of the patient, then previous hospitalizations, and whether the patient is on any medications for the diabetes or hypertensive, any over the counter medications the patient has taken, and time of last medication dose. Then we have to also ask for drug allergies and any other allergies. Then we also review of body systems. Then we have to do the physical assessment. So what are they? Like we should do complete physical assessment with the nervous system, cardiovascular system, respiratory system assessment, renal system, GI system, endocrine, hematologic and immune system and integumentary system. So when the patient comes for the assessment, so we have to do the thing like we should know the medical history, social history and medical interventions for the patients, and we should also see for airway patency, pallor, sweating, mental state, posture, facial expression and general condition. We should also find the respiratory rate, adequacy of oxygenation, pulse, blood pressure, urine output, conscious level of the patient, monitor for the changes in any of the above. Then we will go for ABCDE models, that is airway, whether it is pattern, breathing for respiratory rate, circulation by checking pallor, hemorrhage, then disability, the patient's conscious level, then whether they exposed to examine, unseen hemorrhage, wound leakage. The patient's general medical history and severity of illness can be assessed by the patient history. Physical examination and lab test also has to be done. We should also provide psychological support to the patient to reduce the anxiety and fear about ICU or CCU environment. To maintain adequate tissue circulation and tissue perfusion throughout the body, we should also maintain fluid and electrolyte balance. So we should close monitor the patients. Then vital signs has to be continuously checked with attaching monitors patients who is critically ill. Then all medications are administered according to ICU policy and careful monitoring patient response to the treatment. To support the activities of daily living, assist the patient to perform these basic activities. For disoriented and anxious patient, they need for frequent orientation. We should also provide continuous monitoring of respiratory function, that is respiratory rhythm, SpO2 and ABGs. Perform and encourage the patient to do respiratory exercise such as deep breathing exercise, coughing, spirometry exercise and postural drainage to prevent pulmonary complications. The nurse always follow strict aseptic precautions when handling central IV lines, arterial lines, catheters. We should also maintain the flow sheet for the patient to provide the around the clock information regarding the different organ systems. We should have the flowchart regarding vital signs, neurological status, hemodynamic parameters, ventilator settings, respiratory parameters, then input and output chart, lab data, medications. Patients who are receiving sedative and narcotics drugs, nurse should carefully monitor side effects associated with these drugs. All activities carried out in ICU towards patient treatment must be recorded and reported appropriately. Control nosocomial infection appropriately according to the ICU policy. To provide for continuous monitoring of the patient, such as continuous monitoring of ECG, vital signs, heart sounds, breath sounds, fluids intake and output, neurological status, bowel and bladder movement, skin integrity, nutrition status. We should also check for pain assessment. Then we should also monitor the patient status. We should monitor ventilator settings, prevent complications to prevent infections, oral hygiene, suctioning, position changes, eye care, prevent displacement of tubes. Frequent position changes to prevent pressure ulcer. Each nurse also will be responsible for the entire care of her patient and acts to coordinate care with other health team professionals. Appropriate communication to patient, family members about treatment, procedure, patient recovery status and patient response towards the treatment. The staff nurse also will report any changes in the patient's condition directly to the physician. All patients admitted for neurological problems will have hourly neurological assessment should be done. All patients will have neuro assessment evaluation and it should be recorded on the flow sheet at least once per shift using the GCS. So all critical care patients will have mouth care done every 4 hourly with inspection for oral skin sores. Teeth will be brushed every shift and as needed. The environment will be maintained in a mechanically safe condition through dry floors, good repair of furniture, proper placement of machines and equipment, cleanliness, freedom from clutter and good repair of equipment. So in ICU versus CU, at any time medical emergencies or life-threatening medical complications can occur and that require immediate response to save patient's life. The nurse should keep the unit ready to face emergency situation in advance. Then we should also maintain the reports and records. To complete and concise reports and records are vital for the quality of patient care in CCU and ICU. Each report and record consists complete detail of the client, medical condition, history, diagnosis, treatment, prognosis, etc. So we'll see the management of environment in the ICU. The physical aspects of environment are contributing factors to the patient recovery in ICU. So what has to be there? Regulation of atmospheric temperature, humidity and air movement in the unit. Then adequate lighting should be there. Then we should also prevent excess noise in the unit, elimination of unpleasant odors. Then safe handling and dispose of biomedical waste should be there, freedom from vermins, insects and animals. Then fire prevention measures should be there, provision of adequacy, privacy, control of visitors. So we should also teach the patient when the patient is getting discharged, what are the things has to be followed, the medication has to be taken and the patient's exercise and whatever the according to the patient's condition, the patient has to be taught about the thing. So thank you all, thank you so much.